Hey guys, we're back with Pose Season 2, Episode 5. We are talking all things Damon and Ricky, Electra's crazy hammer scheme, plus we have Emmy news and gossip and so much more. Make sure you stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Are you live?
Guys, here we are. We are back. We are talking all things Episode 5, Season 2. I'm so excited to get into this, definitely. Hey guys, welcome. My name is Marielle, and to my left, we have some Pose family additions.
Yes,
Do you want to introduce yourselves?
I'm jumping from house to house, but I am Ollie Drennan. Super excited to be here with you guys. I love y'all. So, yeah, let's do this.
Hey, y'all, it's your favorite stepdaddy, Jay Lamar in the building. What's up?
Yes, and it's your girl, Deshauna O. We, as you can see, Jamie and Brendan are missing, so we all know that they're missed, but we got 2 babiys.
Yeah,
fly babies here.
Yes.
Well, I'm a daddy. That's a baby.
Oh, wait a minute. Listen.
He don't know me like that. Y'all don't know me like that.
This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to add Z and call y'all both daddies and just call
Right. Let's just go with that.
Okay, guys, so we have to get into this episode. We saw so much going on with Damon and Ricky. What are our initial thoughts?
I just feel like this was a good episode. I feel like it really, of course, the focus was Damon and Ricky and their entire situation and what they were going through. I can say I got a little scared when Elektra put that hit out on my boot. You know, I was a little concerned. But overall, I think it was a good episode. I was really waiting to see when they were going to, talk more about Ricky and Damon's relationship. And, I kind of got a feeling they was going to get back together. And then when Damon hit her with the, but we friends, period.
That friend zone, though.
You know what that is?
What?
That's growth. Okay?
Hey, there you go.
Damon is growing,
That's
and I really...
rejection. You rejecting God's blessing, Damon.
God's blessing would never cheat on a man, okay? Cheating is not good.
He ain't cheat all the way.
Cheat all the way. They're half cheat.
Yeah! You know half
Lord.
Okay, if anybody has half cheated before, please put it in the comments, because if you have, then I might have to do it.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. So my overall thoughts are, I thought this was a good episode. I thought it was a break from all of our tears and pain, even though, they like to bring the hammer down. They definitely kept me guessing, because I kept feeling like, are Ricky and Damon gonna get back together? They almost kissed. They hugged. It was sentimental. A part of me is just like, come on, leave him alone. Okay, he should have never been swirling with boy who has his own apartment, and he would have been good.
No, I definitely agree. I think
that cute either.
Yeah, Chris. There's something about him though. I don't blame Ricky that much.
Well, we know your type.
Oh my god! I mean, nothing wrong with a man who stands on his own. No, but I love that this episode kind of focused on work. You have to love your job, and I think Ricky and Damon both kind of learned that they have to love their job first before maybe loving each other. You know. You gotta learn to stand on your feet, and I think this was what this episode was really about.
Yeah, so let's get into the work part a little bit. What did we think when we saw, Damon auditioning to be with Madonna? I first was, so happy for him, and then I was a little scared when it seemed like he wasn't gonna get the call back. So, yeah, what were our thoughts?
He didn't look into it. I feel like from the background, he looked like he was just I don't know if he was scared or feeling overpowered because he was amongst so many other great dancers, including Ricky. But facially, he wasn't he didn't he was into it, he was nervous. But physically, he killed it. So I didn't think that he was going to get a call back. I didn't. I thought that, I thought they were going to choose between Ricky or Damon. But, of course, they selected both of them. But I was a little nervous, though, because he didn't look into it, looked mentally checked out.
Damon.
Damon did, yeah.
Whereas Ricky was given face the entire time, which is what he's good at. So he kind of did the opposite of Ricky, forgetting these people's names. So, but I was here for it. I was eating it up. What Ricky was serving, I was here for it. So.
Yeah, you was over there mesmerized and drooling.
I was in Team Wintour in that particular moment. I'm not in the house, but I was just really interested in what he was giving us. So.
No, it's okay. We know you be house hopping, so we can talk about it.
Allie loves him some Ricky, y'all.
Just saying.
As do I.
Y'all same height.
But I was team Damon on this one. I felt like even though he wasn't giving that much face, I felt like it was making him more nervous to be having to be behind Ricky. Ricky was really serving, and so to be behind him, I thought he started off with the faces, and then as he progressed, he lost that because he started to get into his mind, you know, thinking too much.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think that moves-wise, like, he had it, right? But his face, I mean, Ricky just had such a personality that came out in his face that I feel like Damon didn't really have. And I did think that was going to come out in the audition, but it didn't really seem to make a difference because they both got callbacks.
Yeah.
I thought that Damon was still sad. Because Damon is a little bit sad about the breakup still, even though he's trying to be all strong and act like we're going to be friends. But Ricky's moving on, right? Like, well, we see that he's not, but he thought he was when he was talking to Electra at first, and she's like, "Do you still have feelings for him?" And he's like, No, that's ancient history.
Oh no, it ain't.
No, I think Damon growed a lot, especially by the end of the episode of him not accepting the invitation of kind of getting back together, because he's learned to grow and be on his 2 feet, because we see him instructing classes now, which is amazing. I'm like, oh my gosh, he's gotten so much confidence. And I was like kind of sleeping on Damon, no lie, before this season started, because he was never that interesting. But this episode really did a really good service to these characters, because I was invested in the relationship. I was like, oh, it's going to be a Damon episode. But no lie.
I'm not impressed.
Right, especially last episode was so freaking good, but I think we really needed this lighthearted episode about love and kind of the cattiness too of the showgirls kind of arc.
Right.
But yeah.
I think that his character was built off of like a shy person who only comes out when it's time to dance. Because I remember, I think, the very first episode he was introduced, he was laying on that park bench and he didn't want to dance, and Blanca was like, no, you about to make this happen for yourself, I believe in you. So I feel like we only see him come to life, because you're saying like he's kind of boring. I feel like we only see him come to life when he's performing or when he's dancing. Everything else is like mono and chill. But I will say, I thought that Ricky was gonna sleep with the tall dancer that walked out the room.
Me too.
The one that got it.
Yeah, did you see that eye contact?
Maybe he already slept with him. I mean, this is Ricky now.
Because I don't know if it was me, but I thought that he was like looking past Damon, as like when Damon was talking, he just kept looking at the guy. And I'm like, so I feel like that guy gonna end up coming back. It's gonna be like a little circle moment.
Okay.
They ain't done with that tall guy.
You know what? I love that theory. Okay, we're gonna wait till predictions, because now I'm about to just steal that whole thought. That's my thought, basically.
And so one of the things I know we talked about, we went back and forth about this, did Ricky actually cheat? So in this episode, it was confirmed that he really did cheat, and I guess he was with the guy that he had been cheating with, which I don't think we really saw up until this point, that they were actually in a relationship, and it's confirmed that he was cheating. So yeah, that was a little crazy to me.
I wasn't expecting him to say that he cheated, and y'all, he didn't like say he cheated all the way. Like he just admitted that Damon was right about something, but he didn't say like he cheated. He didn't say he slept with the guy then.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's still.
Did you guys not hear their argument? Because I listened very closely. Did you hear what all that stuff that was going on? Maybe you need to suck.
You just swallow your pride like you swallow these men.
I said, whew.
That's
okay,
insane.
So listen, he didn't say that to him for no reason. Things have been going on. He knows what that man does, and they are intimate. And so, Ricky, you cheated. It's okay, but you can't get Damon back. Sorry. It's just sometimes you lose some. You need to take a loss sometimes.
But I feel like in relationships, when they're young, they make mistakes, they grow.
Dude, he made mistakes, but when he shared his water or whatever that was, that straw with him, I was like, you better be careful. You better be careful.
You know what? Well, hearing about,
Ricky's
like,
out there.
Thinking how the writers are thinking, like hearing about Ricky and then the ex-dancer or the dancer, like, having sex and hearing about that, I got kind of nervous. I'm like, oh my God, is Ricky going to end up positive?
That's what I was. I know that was. I was saving that for predictions. But that's exactly, because there's something about this episode, just seeing them two together, that there's something that the writers aren't telling us, and obviously that I don't want that to happen to Ricky by any means, or Damon for that matter, if they would choose to go in that route. But there's something about the relationship that seems like it's set up for failure, and I think I'm getting. They're in different houses, first and foremost, so I'm already getting this Romeo and Juliet vibes, which we saw Angel and oh my gosh,
Poppy.
You know, so that was kind of foreshadowing maybe, but I'm totally getting the Capulets versus the Montague vibes between those two characters.
Yeah, I feel like it's something's going to happen, because I feel like they want us to fall in love with Ricky.
Yes.
And Damon so bad. So something's going to end up happening that's going to break us down.
I agree, because I really thought this episode was going to be a competition, right? Like, you're not better than me. I'm gonna get this. F you, you cheat. You know, just some animosity. But instead, it was them rebuilding their friendship and it, you know, on the road to rekindle the relationship, I think. And I think the reason they showed all that positivity and like Ricky looking great and dancing and smiling and facing boom boom cats and all of that. Yeah, I really hope not. And we can get into it more with predictions.
Right.
But the seeds are there. I feel like the seeds are definitely there.
And given the time frame of you know, that happening, now it's the early 90s, you know what I'm saying? And of course the pills and stuff are out, but that probably means more people back then are having sex because they're feeling like, okay, now HIV is controlled.
Right.
So they want us to continue that storyline that, you know, of course HIV is it was a big topic back then. Still is a big topic now. So it's something about to happen. I feel
You
it.
guys got me scared. I'm like, Ricky, are you wrapping it up? Are you protecting yourself? Because he should have learned his lesson.
Well, having homegirl, what's her name? Candy. Having Candy got killed last week. That was unexpected.
It was.
I went to a Pose. They did a Pose panel a couple months ago, and I went.
Oh, oh my God, it's blanking.
There.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, and they never spoke about like Candy or anybody leaving that particular season. So I feel like that was like out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting her to die because I feel like this season we were starting to see more of Candy.
Right. I completely agree, but I think that also kind of showcases how people can be taken away from us, especially in the queer community.
Yes.
Especially trans women of color. They can be killed right there and then. I mean, 11 trans women have been killed that are of color, that are black. And that's just the people that are being reported. Who knows? There might be even more than that. And I think there's 2 Latinx trans women that have been killed in custody. So, and like I said, that's just the people that are being reported. There are trans people dying every single day, and we might not even know about it.
Wow.
Yeah,
really
that's something we point
heartbreaking.
out. I think on most of our panels is that the Pose showrunners and writers are not afraid to really get into the reality of like what happens in this community and show it in a fictional way. And like with the whole Damon Ricky thing, I think one thing that was surprising for me is that Damon resisted him the entirety of the episode. And you know, Ricky has body, Ricky has face, his personality. I'm assuming the sex is good, like, and somehow Damon has been
You laughing like you know.
No, I am so. Here's the tea. No, here's the tea. That is so inspirational for the queer community because we got Grindr. Okay, I can't keep my hands off of Grindr. I know TMI, but you know.
admitting?
Hey, I'm real.
I'm Ricky. I'm Ricky. Okay. After the show. How's after show? Back on topic. But you know, that shows so much growth in Damon, yes. Like I said earlier, that he's not focusing on the sex. He's focusing on himself and his work and trying to get in that damn Madonna tour. So I was like, okay, Damon, work.
Yeah.
You're inspiring me to be a better person. A less messy person.
Less messy. Well, you know, there is no expectance. That might have made it slightly easier. But I think a lot of the person Damon is because of Blanca. And I feel like she instills so much in him, so much strength. And we kind of see that in this episode with her like constantly lifting him up, telling him that he can do it. And it's such a stark contrast to Electra.
Right.
Can I ask a question, and to everyone in the chat as well? How do you guys feel when people say, because people are saying now that Blanca has a Mother Teresa, like they're just writing her as Mother Teresa. She does no wrong. Everything she does is just perfect, and she uplifts everybody. Now, you guys know that's my mother. So I agree with all of this. But I'm just saying, how do you guys feel? Because I want to find out who doesn't feel that way, and then I got some words. See?
Well, damn, if she's Mother Teresa, then what is Elektra?
Oh,
That's the devil.
Come on.
The tall devil, 7 feet devil.
You know, I love me some
From
Electra.
hell.
A tall glass of water.
I love me some
No, there ain't no
Electra.
tall glass of water. Tall glass of hell. Tequila. Tall glass tequila. That's what I call her.
We love a tall glass of tequila. Come on.
After this, I'm going to give me some tequilas Tuesday.
I love her spice. But that's interesting. I never really thought about. It really does kind of seem like Blanca. You know, everybody has another side. You know, like everybody has a little spice. Everybody has. You know, so I'm just interested to see Will that come out? Will we see her be a little more
feisty?
Yeah, less
or
perfect. Less perfect.
Right, because even when she gets upset, it's always to advocate for something.
Right.
It's like, I'm going to get upset because I'm at the bar and you guys don't want to let us in. Or I'm going to get upset because you don't want to sell me this place. Or, you know what I'm saying? She's always fighting for something, and that's the only time we see her upset. When the kids mess up, she's just like, it's okay, guys. Just come on in. And
I think that the goal is to have somebody that is constantly encouraging. So then when she goes through something, we're more passionate about what she's going through because we've only seen her be perfect and then be, look out for everybody else. So I don't think we'll ever actually see her do anything like conniving or wrong or backstabbing. But I feel like we will see her go through trials. I feel like this season, like they're taking it episode by episode is somebody going through something. Like this episode set us up for some shit.
It was too good.
Like
too
I was
easy.
like, oh, this is too easy. Something
too
might happen.
happy.
Yeah.
I love that you bring that up because Elijah Brown in the chat said her Mother Teresa edit could be setting her up for her death, unfortunately.
What's his name?
Elijah Brown said
Elijah
that.
Let me tell y'all something. If they take Blanca out of here,
They gonna kill Blanca.
Not maybe when I don't see that happening anytime soon, but I
It's
think,
gonna happen.
But
well, just know this:
You might
because
be
they
right.
got season 3,
right. She ain't
know
going
that
nowhere.
the season finale is going to be a cliffhanger that's going to knock us on our feet because they already got season 3.
Right.
So they got to leave us with something that's going to be like, oh hell no. Like, so I think the season finale will definitely be something that's going to be like, somebody going to be almost dead. Somebody could be hooked to a monitor and it's going to be flatline. Like something going to happen.
Right. Or somebody from the past might also enter. We haven't seen that many new characters besides our new girls that have.
I know that I like predicting stuff. I don't want to save that for predictions.
Okay, we'll see.
But I feel like Angel's ex-boyfriend.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
I feel like he coming back.
No, we don't need Evan Peters back.
I
Just
feel like he coming back.
no.
Just as a tiptoe. Just a hey.
Just as a tip.
Like a
Yeah,
cameo.
tiptoe. Yeah, look, I think so.
Like, hey girl,
She's over him,
I see
though.
you on the Wet and Wild campaign.
Yeah, like I can like because his job. Did he work in marketing or like at the Trump house?
something
He did
with Trump.
Advertising. Or something.
Advertise. So I see like them running into each other with her getting into the model industry.
That's actually a really good prediction. But I don't want it to happen.
I just
but-
wish that Ryan Murphy would hire me as a writer, because I can do this.
Come on, Ryan.
good with the
He's
pen.
watching the show right now.
Reach
as
out to him.
Steven, Angelica, Janet, all of you guys are watching right now. Jay Lamar wants to write on the show.
I
We would
will,
like to
yeah.
do our official panel. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll be an extra. Just put me in the back in the ball. I'll be
No,
happy.
yo, low key though, as I was watching like the judges, I'm like, damn, I want to be a judge.
Right. Tens.
Listen, I'm sorry, but I am way too Kelly Rowland and Paula Abdul for the judges. Like, I will be like 10s for anybody.
I don't
want
know.
you to
I
feel
mean, if
bad,
you're not
baby.
bringing it, I'll get you like a 7.
Yeah, I might give you a 7, but in my face it's saying 2.
That's real.
Generous. Be generous.
Okay, so I have to ask y'all, what did you think of Electra and this whole hammer situation, trying to break poor Damon's foot so that he couldn't win?
Oh my gosh, she's
Sabotage.
outrageous. It just goes to show the contrast between Blanca and Elektra. Blanca is like, I will not hold your hand, I will not hug you, but I will provide. Here's some money. And I will give you a hammer so that you can break somebody's foot and do cricket stuff. And then Blanca is, on the other hand, is like, no matter what, you can come back. All is going to be well.
Right.
She's evil. She was willing to hurt Damon.
I wish Blanca would have reminded her of what's in her closet.
No.
And I mean that in so many different ways.
But Blanca doesn't know
Yeah.
about that. Blanca doesn't know about that.
She don't know. She don't know.
No.
She doesn't know that-
Candy was the only one that knew about
Yes.
that, and Candy dead now. Oh my god.
It's gone to the
She
grave.
knows that the man is dead,
Dead, but
and
she
they
don't know what
did
happened.
something with him, but she doesn't know
Oh, that's right.
that he's
Oh, but
in
that's
the
okay.
closet.
I have you covered. Blanca needs to bring up, baby, remember when you was my child? Like, I literally was, you were
Taking
my
care of
mother,
you.
but I was taking care of you. Like, you need to remember when you were down before I got you that job and you got to tell rich people what to do.
Yeah. That's how I feel like that. And I meant that the closet thing. I meant the man in the closet as well as everything else that Blanca has did for Electra. Electra, you are not perfect by any means. You know what I'm saying? Like Blanca has lifted you up.
And you
know?
snatched her table off.
I
Her
know,
tablecloth
right?
off.
She brought her in the house. For briefly, but
Briefly.
briefly before she effed some things up.
I mean, y'all know that I don't say I love Electra, but I appreciate her and her personality and her quirks and her shade. But I do think I was taking it two steps too far. Like,
I love Electra,
Electra
too.
can't stand on her own.
Well, now she can kind of. I disagree.
How when she said mother doesn't do the dirty work.
But she has a house, though. She got all that money now, and she has that house. She's supporting the house, though. I will say, I'm going to stand Electra in this moment. I don't stand her evil ways of trying to do Damon wrong, but I think she showed a lot of growth. Hear me out. Because in season 1, she was dependent on that man to give her that money. Season 2, she's like literally stepping on the man, being a dominatrix, and getting all that coin. So she's supporting her house. That's why I disagree.
I mean,
she's flawed.
Actually,
she's just very interesting, and I love you, Blanca. But I love a
Here he go, house hopping.
I love a flawed character.
Back and
I love them all.
No, I agree.
I love them all. I have so much left to give. Just saying.
right. Be free with
That's
it.
the house of Winter over there.
Actually, it's Evangelista too. And abundance. No.
Everything. And House of Pose, which is what we're doing right now. Love it.
So before we get into, our special segment, we have some Walk It Like I Talk It coming up. We do have a special message that we want to share with our viewers.
Oh, yes, y'all. We really appreciate you guys tuning in week after week. I know I'm only filling in, but still, what I want y'all to do is give us that 5-star review on iTunes. If you do, maybe we will shout you out for doing so. So continue giving us those likes, subscribe, share on Facebook, Instagram, put us on your stories. We love talking about the show, and, it just means a lot to us because you guys are just as much a part of the show as we are.
Definitely.
I mean, shout you out in the chat. Elijah Brown, you're killing it. We got Jacob Morales, Mina Ruth, Afro Angola. Sorry if I screwed up your name. But yeah, until then, keep on giving us those 5-star reviews. We love you guys.
Yeah.
Period.
That's right. Okay, so now we are getting into Walk It Like I Talk It. Hey! And this week we're going to be looking at the categories that were in this lovely episode. So what do we think? What were our faves? What really stood out? Who killed it?
Well, for me, it was for sure. Let me find it, baby. Okay, Butch Queen Vogue Femme. Ricky, pretty Ricky. He danced his butt off. He showed us style. He gave us life. He gave us femme. I mean, I really wanted to give him a couple kisses for this episode.
Okay.
Just to see.
Only thing they didn't give him was a trophy. Let's be clear.
Listen, no shade.
We're stating facts.
Okay, so how about you? Did you agree?
Well, no, I don't agree that Ricky killed it.
Oh, wow.
I feel like Ricky gave us great movement, great body, a little zhuzh. But I think that Damon gave us more flexibility. Damon popped that ground, popped back up. He was working the room. He did what he had to do.
Okay.
So I think that Damon,
I agree.
Maybe a little bit. In this instance, maybe technique overshadowed the charisma.
That is correct.
All right. I'll give you that.
But did Damon make you want to kiss him?
No, but he made me want to hire him, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, he was at the bar. We want to kiss.
Oh my gosh.
You know what? I'm not gonna go for Damon and Ricky. I liked the girls who did black white cinema. They killed that. They had the makeup, they had the face, they had the style. Even their hair was black and white. I was like, oh, y'all are bringing a whole nother level to this ballroom right now. So yeah, I think definitely black white cinema was my favorite category.
Hey, in the chat, let us know what was your favorite category. Right? I think Butch Queen Vogue Femme. You guys can just write that out and just agree with me. That would be okay. How about when I saw the black and white runway look though? I was like, hey, Area 51. Y'all hear about Area 51?
No.
Not to bring it to right now, but as soon as I saw that, I was like, that's an alien. They had the alien look, and I like that.
I told you I wanted to see more of the fringe category. We seen a piece of it faded into the background with a little hat. But I'm a fringe fanatic. So I would have loved to have seen more of the fringe category.
Me too, and I think it would have, encouraged a little booty shaking as well. Because when you're wearing fringe, you gotta move it around.
Shake it.
Right.
Period.
It's the rules. Them's the rules.
That's right.
Mina Ruth agrees with you that Damon killed it.
Period.
So shout out to you, Mina.
She agrees. The judges agree.
Okay.
I'll agree.
Are we giving Damon 10s? Is that what's happening?
Yes, he deserves it.
Well, 10s across the board.
So wait.
Damon.
What does Ricky get then?
9.7.
Hey, y'all hear that? We're giving Ricky
9.7. Okay, that's fair. Ricky, next episode, I guess you need to bring it.
Come harder.
Yes, come harder.
Get out your feelings and get to working.
So,
had to get you the high side. I can't talk right now. I gotta give him the side eye for podcast listeners. I just gave him the side eye because my mind.
Ali gave
Next
Jalen
topic.
the side
Ali
eye.
loves Ricky, y'all.
No, Ali wants to put that in his Grindr profile.
Maybe I will. I don't know. Give me
We
ideas.
should get Ricky. If you want to come onto the show, we will make sure Ali is here, and we can,
And make sure you come harder. For
Yeah.
Dylan Burns.
Hello.
Ali.
We want
Hello. Phantom on.
I brought my fan in my book bag too. I forgot it.
But make it fashion.
But make it fashion. Strike a pose.
I had something to say about Electra from before. I wanted to say how she was actually happy that she got caught. Did you guys notice that? That little smile and smirk? When Blanca came to her and was like, give me that hammer. You will not be hurting my child. And she gave a little smirk and was like, went to her. I felt that she wanted her to stop her. And she just wanted to see if her kids were nice, if they were good people. Yeah. Like, I want you guys to be... I want you guys to be semi-good people, so she was kind of proud.
Yeah.
No.
What's the girl name that had the hammer?
I don't know. She's gorgeous.
Right.
We need to find that actress.
Yeah, we were introduced to her, first episode of this season, or second episode, when she came in dancing. Mm-hmm. But who is she?
Fifth
she
panelist.
Is gorgeous.
Let us know who she is, because listen, our fifth panelists always know. That's
what
we call our
who
chats.
is she?
Yeah, hop in the chat, please, and let us know, because she was killing it.
Yeah, she's pretty. Like, I'm like, dang, girl.
All right, Shauna, I know it's a big week for Pose this week, especially today, making some history. So let us know what's going on.
Okay, I surely will. It's time for news and gossip. Okay. Okay, first of all, as you guys always know, it is me, Deshauna O, here with your news and gossip. And I want to start off with our trivia answer from last week. So we're not going to go on our news and gossip yet, but let me just start off with that. The question was, name 3 legendary houses from the documentary Paris is Burning. We get a lot of comments about Paris is Burning, and I want you guys to know, we've watched it, honey. We've seen it, and we know the names. Just so we can prove it to you, can any of you guys name any legendary house from Paris is Burning?
The House of Ebony.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
The House of Extravaganza.
Yes,
I'm going to shout out the House of Ninja.
And I'm going to say the House of Balenciaga. So just again, I'm going to snap my fingers so that you guys can know we are watching and we know these houses. And if you said any of those names and any of the names, you do get 10s across the board. We're very proud of you for knowing your stuff. Now, our next question is...
You better pose like you on Grindr, Ali.
Our next question. Which popular off-Broadway production gave our very own MJ Rodriguez, a.k.a. Mother Blanca, her big start? So which off-Broadway show gave her big start? You answer that question in the comments or with the hashtag ABTVPose on Instagram and Twitter, and we'll be able to shout you out next week if you answer correctly, okay? All right, now let's move on to Tweets of the Week. Our first one is a Netflix casting notice. You guys, I don't know if you're actors. I don't know if you're full of drama. I don't know what you are. But I'll tell you this. There's a Netflix casting notice for Wendell and Wild, which is a stop-motion feature with Jordan Peele and Michael Keegan-Key. For all those OGs, that's Key and Peele. So they're coming out and they're casting trans boys and men to be voices for these animated characters. So I have it posted up here. Wow. Check it out and go on and apply, baby. Apply and get your voice on this show.
Let me take a picture.
Get the coin.
Get those coins. How you guys feel about that? You
That's
feel like
awesome.
It's good that they're seeking out actual trans boys and men.
Inclusive. I can't remember now.
Inclusive casting. Yes, I'm loving that.
Absolutely amazing. I love it.
Awesome. Another tweet of the week that I wanted to bring up is from our dear, I think this is our Electra Stan account or our fake account.
Yes.
But I just love her. So let me just show you guys what she said. Let me get my Electra voice on. Dear Emmy voters, where is my nomination? How on earth was I overlooked for my glorious performance? Pray tell gets one? Really? All that bitch does is scream into a microphone. Cubby, Lamar, get me a goddamn mic.
Yes.
Okay. So tell me she is not reading people for filth on this thing. She does not care. Emmy voters. That means all of The people, I mean,
in true Electra fashion.
is she not scared?
Right. And Shauna, your Electra voice is
amazing.
A1, girl.
Thank you. All right, and moving. Oh, I wanted to mention before we move on, you guys, remember how last week they were singing "Never Knew Love Like"? Okay, so Stephanie Mills actually noticed that they played her song in the show and thanked the whole entire cast. She was very proud of her song being played. Okay, now moving on to my fave, Angelica Ross. She actually recently made history as the first trans actor to secure 2 series regular roles, leaping from Pose to, drumroll please, American Horror Story 1984. Woohoo! She actually shot her first scene today, you guys. And I know this is off topic real quick, but just to mention, she is a self-taught coder and founder of Trans Tech, which is a nonprofit organization helping trans people find tech jobs. So this is a queen, honey. So congrats, queen.
Yes,
Can we get a round of
Angelica.
Yeah, when we had her on last season.
We did.
And she was
did.
absolutely amazing.
She is always just everything to me, and I think she's my favorite character for sure. And you know what? Not to disappoint, everyone in the Pose universe are making history and making numbers. So as of today, Pose has been nominated for, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nominations for the lead drama. Billy Porter has a lead actor in a drama role. Emmy nomination that's coming to him, and he is the first openly gay black man with an actual Emmy nomination for lead actor in a drama. So that is something to be applauded and something to just look up to, because it's been a minute. He's been in this world, in this acting world, for so long, and for him to be recognized, it's about time.
Right.
Yes.
Okay? And then let's just look at a beautiful picture of Angel, and just look at this and know that they're about to win every single Emmy that they're gonna get. So watch the Emmys on Fox on September 22nd, okay?
I can't wait to see this red
right.
carpet.
That's all I got
can't
for
wait
you
to see this red
guys.
carpet.
Yes, as they should.
I think they're gonna win every single one. I mean, they've really showed up and shown out.
I want all of them to bring it on the carpet, because usually Billy Porter, he slays by himself.
Yes.
I want the whole crew to bring it, to make that carpet rainbow.
I agree. And you know what? Let me add a little tidbit, by the way, just to our Stephen Canals, who we know loves us. Congratulations. He is the first Afro-Latinx producer to be nominated also for Outstanding Drama Series.
That's awesome.
Congratulations. You are amazing, and we love you.
Yes, we're so excited about the Emmys. I think they're long overdue for some recognition.
Absolutely.
I don't know, like especially with the Image Awards, and nobody was nominated there, and that was a little bit of controversy. So I'm really excited to see that the mainstream is like, yes, Pose is it.
It is, period.
So we've been touching on this throughout, our little conversation here, but now we're officially going to get into predictions.
Yes.
Ooh, I done gave all I could.
You was ready for this. You were just spilling all the tea, weren't you? All right.
Come on, Area 51. I hear it.
Right. The music and everything. So guys, what do we think? What's coming next? Pray Tell gonna die, y'all.
Oh, no.
I can't believe it.
Did you guys see him in the hospital bed? It's looking bad. And y'all know he don't know how to handle when he's going through things. He really lashes out in anger. Because, everybody has their ways, either anger or sadness or something, but he lashes out in anger. So I think he's going to be sick. I think that Blanca's going to have to, again, step up and play the Mother Teresa role, but then that's going to make her stressed and sick as well. And I think that Angel and Poppy are going to go on their dinner date. Finally, we're going to get to see a little bit of that action, which I've been waiting for. And I mean, Damon and Ricky might get back together.
He's so upset. Why?
So why? You mad?
I mean, I feel like he should be done with him. I mean,
I agree.
If you can do it on the
Not.
first time, if you can get rid of like the guy who cheated on you the first time, you a bad bitch.
Right?
I mean, this is true, but I mean, people make mistakes. You learn, you grow. If that's the one, that's why they're young though. True. So they're
They
bound to
are.
make some mistakes. So I think that what I'm going to predict, I am going to predict that Pray Tell is going to get very sick, but I think that's going to push him towards using his drugs that he's supposed to use. His medication, let me not say drugs. His medication that he's supposed to use to make him get better. So I think that avenue is going to shift him towards taking his medication so he can get better. I feel like Angel, these past 2 episodes have been like, we've seen bits and pieces of her. And so I feel like coming, maybe not next episode, but the episode after that, we'll definitely get more into Angel because she's kind of taking the back seat these past 2 episodes. In the beginning of the season, it was like Angel, Angel, Angel. Now it's kind of like she's calm. So something's going to happen with her to kind of get us more in depth with Angel. Yeah. And I think that the House of Wintour, I feel like one of the people in that house is going to be like a new rising star. I'm not sure who it's going to be. But I think that the pretty girl at the table, I think it may be between her and the guy that told on Blanca. I mean, told on.
Oh yes.
Yeah, might be one of them too, because he's had more speaking roles. Yeah, Lamar's. He's had more speaking roles recently. So.
Well, Lamar can't never make it. He's just doing too much house hopping. You can't be a star in a house if you don't stay there
Lamar
long.
and Cubby, I can relate, man. I just want to shout out the chat real quick. NZ Letterbox says rumor of a Madonna cameo, so I don't know if that's true. I don't know.
If they be keeping that a secret, yo.
I don't know.
That would be so
That would be
dope.
so dope.
But Pose, Ryan Murphy keeps his shit
Yeah.
on lockdown for sure. Sorry to curse.
They're fine.
But what I don't... They curse in the show. Come on. they drop the F-bomb.
Yeah. If you're watching this, you should know.
But what I want to happen, I think I want more flashback scenes to kind of really expand and flesh out some of the characters. Like, I would love to see maybe like a young Angel. I know we've kind of gotten some backstory with her, like talking about her backstory, but I actually would like to see maybe little Angel growing up or something. Just to, and maybe like I like the idea of learning more about some of the house members of Wintour. That would be great. I think Ricky has a high chance of contracting HIV for sure, especially Chris. We don't know who Chris is sleeping with, and clearly Chris and Ricky have been sleeping together.
And they did paint Chris out to be kind of a hoe. Well, Ricky did.
Yeah.
Right.
Swallower.
Yeah, Chris is that guy on Grindr who just gives you the WYD text like all the time. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I'm
Very
not
dry
on the
text.
app, so I don't know what you're talking about, but my friends talk about it all the time.
If you're not,
friends.
if you didn't get that reference, dry texts.
And
That's all you gotta-
WYD is what you doing?
What you
Which
doing?
is like the most boring question ever.
And I don't think Pray Tell's gonna die.
No.
I think I will predict that I think he will pass before Blanca. But yeah, that's my prediction kind of.
I have to make a point, guys, real quick, because I saw it in the comments. Back then, AZT was a new drug. They were just trying it out. There's someone in the comments was saying they got cringy when we kept saying take your medicine, because the medicine was kind of like too strong for them and making them sick because it was kind of in that testing phase. So when we say take your medicine, we just mean we want him to get better. So whatever it takes, whatever it is, you know, the doctor is trying to do her best as far as like those patients that pass away and then they give you their medication. They're not tailored for you, so you're just doing your best. So we do want to shout out.
Well, back then they were trying to figure
out
out whatever they could to tame the disease.
Exactly.
So they had to test and trial. I mean, what people don't understand about medicine anyway. I've been in medicine since I was 16 years old in different forms. But medicine is nothing but practicing medicine. That's what they call it. You practice medicine. So they're doing nothing but practicing and hoping for the best. You know what I'm saying? So it's trial and error.
And sometimes too much of something can be bad.
True.
Definitely. You guys want to make sure you're being respectful of, you know, people that have gone through that or have that experience going through it now. As far as predictions, I feel like clearly Pray Tell is sick next episode. I do think he's going to get better. I think he's going to bounce back. I think ultimately Blanca is going to be the one who gets really ill and may end up passing. I don't know when. I don't know. Probably not until next. But something inside me says it's going to be Blanca. I want to see what happens with Angel and Poppy. I could just feel the chemistry simmering, and I just want to see it come to fruition. So I'm hoping that they get it popping the next episode. And then I also agree, Damon and Ricky, it's inevitable. They're going to get back together. But I hope that they're in a place where they're focused enough on their careers and outside things and like family support that it doesn't become too messy. But Ricky seems to find mess wherever he goes. So.
You do.
Wow, what a good show. Like, that episode was so good.
Yeah.
It made me forget that I was just crying like all last week.
Poor Candy.
Well, I don't know. They kind of ruined it for me because, of course, the East Coast seen it before us. Well, you guys probably seen it around the same time, but like I was on like Instagram and stuff like that, and Janet Mock kept, Janet, I'm mad at you. At like 9 or like 8 o'clock our time, Janet Mock had posted a long story about Candy and Candy moving forward, and I'm like, Candy going somewhere? Candy about to die?
She going to American Horror Story.
And I'm like, what, Janet, why would you post that? You can wait till tomorrow. Wait till tomorrow. We haven't seen it on the West Coast yet. So I was like, there was so many spoilers. I'm like, oh boy. So what I learned is when I'm at home, like after 7, do not look at Instagram or Twitter until after I'm done.
Yeah, that West Coast time be messing you up. But you know, we appreciate you, Janet. We love everything that you do on the show.
Just no more spoilers, Janet.
Yeah, no, you gotta try to avoid that. We're gonna stay off Twitter. But yeah, this has been great, so much fun. And before we head out, we want to make sure we tell you guys where you can find each other on socials. So you guys want to drop your socials real quick?
Yes, guys, I'm Ollie Drennan. Follow me on all social media platforms at Ollie Dreamer.
You can follow me on all social media platforms at IMJ That's IMJ Lamar, capital J.
Okay, you can follow me on Twitter at Deshauna O. Instagram, good luck.
Oh,
That'd be a cute
Shauna
Instagram
is
name.
private, y'all. And you can find me on all socials at Mario_Turner. Thanks so much for tuning in.
We love you.
Peace out and pose, y'all.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.